What's up, y'all? I'm back again. Today we are just gonna do a quick little video. Right now, we are just gonna do some rapier techniques. If the handle, I prefer like rapier handles to be this big, so I prefer to grip it with my pinky, covering it like this, so I can hit these really weird angles that you can't really stop because most rapiers you're holding it like this, which means you can't really get this type of thrust when I can get over your guard. So if you block like this, I can just reach over just and stab you like that. Or say we're doing a little spear technique. Personally, what I know, range is king. Whether you're in a duel, range is king. And also, the ability to stab and then use slashing motions. I know this isn't really a spear technique, but it's a good way to keep enemies away from you and deny area. And it's a good way to deny aerial movement and all of that, because it's a long fucking stick with a giant blade on the end, and someone is swinging it, and nobody wants to get hit by that, and not to mention they can just do this, and they have a lot more reach than you do, and it's pretty good to have aerial denial with a spear. I don't know if it was used like that, but it's pretty obvious. Big long ass stick swinging like this with a giant blade on the top. So yeah, I don't know if it was used like that, but if you want to deny area, just swing it back and forth. It's very good. And also, if you want, after they're running, just walk with it like it's a cane, or just hold it like that, or hit the Sun Wukong move and walk like this. Easily, just walk like this. Easily movable. Or just walk like this, like it's a normal cane, just like that. Or if you're afraid the blade is going to get dirty, hold it like this. Obvious spears were bigger than this most of the time. Sometimes even longer, like this tall. So yeah, it's very easy to walk like this with a spear. But if you have a short spear like this, it's about right here, about that big from the ground, it's still a good walking stick like that. Obviously, this now shortens it, but it's easily deployable to make a bunch of different movements, like all of that. And also, most of the time, you weren't just carrying just one spear. You could have a sword. You could have a sword right here. Or say you're not a big fan of swords and you want an axe. Let me find one real quick. You could use the spear as a walking thing and have the axe resting on his shoulder, or like this, to where you can roll it out, bang, bang, and all of that just, and then put it back, pick up your spear, and all of that, or say, you want to have two swords, that's fine, but don't pick two giant fucking long swords and put them like this, because look, holding the blade, look, fucking here, you can't draw it, because the sheath isn't going to allow you. So yeah, I'm just holding the blade like this on your back. You can't really draw it that good. So here's my recommendation if you're going to use two swords. I suggest, there's a short stick. Alright. I suggest you use a sword that's a little bit bigger than this, because that's easily deployable. That's easy. I'm finding you guys a better example real quick. Because why would you put this on your back when you can't even draw it? Because look, this shit ain't gonna work. How are you gonna attack like this? This ain't a good movement when you can just, that's simple. Or if you want to get flashy with it, shing. Or say you want to hit the Obi-Wan Kenobi. That type of movement, it's easy for you to do that. So why would you sacrifice this? This easy draw movements, easy techniques. And even if you draw in a shitty guard like this, or like this, you still have a big hunk of metal protecting you. Or even if you draw it in reverse grip, you can still block, swap it out, and then attack. Or say, you draw it for some reason with 2 fingers. This is still a good protection. Or say you have it like this. It's still a good grip. So why would you sacrifice that for this? You can't block unless you crouch down and you go like that. But in all reality, you can't really block because your arm is all the way stretched, and I don't think this is a good attack move. And running at them like that. And also, it's an uneven load on your shoulder. So it's just resting on your shoulders. You got a leather strap right here. You're walking all across town like this, just holding it, doing, say we're in The Hobbit. Would you want to have a piece of metal while you're walking across Middle Earth and encountering foes left and right, and you can't draw your sword? When you have a giant two-handed sword, you can't draw it, right? You can't draw it. So yeah, not a really good idea to sacrifice and have your arm constantly hurting when you're walking, presumably in sandals, but as you can see, I prefer to do it in socks, because simply, I'm built different. So why would I sacrifice hurting my shoulder, which if you guys know, my shoulder's already fucked. So I'm most likely, in my personal opinion, I'm not going to have an even load on my back. That's practically just me cosplaying like this. And I can't even draw it and defend myself. And even if I do, my blade is all the way up here. Sure, you guys might think, a big striking motion. But this isn't going to do stuff. With this, I have good structure already. I can do all the techniques I need to. I can thrust, I can block, I can defend, I can go into different types of guards, like this, attack, and then swap between them, and if I want to get fancy, reverse grip, switch it, alright, if I want to get fancy, swap the reverse grip between my fingers, and if I want to, deny aerial denial for the Doors, Gandalf, and Bilbo Baggins. Why would I sacrifice that? This putting an uneven weight on my shoulder when I can just have good structure, snap cuts. I can do a bunch of techniques that I wouldn't be able to do when I'm drawing it like this. Because look, my arms, they're raised. I don't have any way to defend myself. If I'm drawing it like this, I have to commit to one slash. And even that slash isn't guaranteed. Because in HEMA, you're rarely expecting your first slash to land. Which means you're ready to block and then counter strike. You're not just and muscling it like a brute, like in the games. You're not just going because why attack like this when it shows clear movements of me going like this? As soon as I get here, I'm getting stabbed, cut, and all of that. Why would I do that? And also, how am I going to defend? How am I going to defend besides going like this? And now look, see my fingers? I don't have a proper grip. And even then, someone might have a rapier and just go. As I'm like this, which is very hard to deflect thrust. And who's going to say that I'm not just baiting you into deflecting so I can cut you like that? So or say I'm just going to go. Once you move to block, now you can't really do much from this position besides that. So I can just punt fake and then fall through. And all of that, just boom, boom. Just a punt fake. And who to say, when you're like this, my buddy won't just come from the side and just go. And even if you block that one, I'm gonna lunge forward and stab you like that. Or say, someone with a handgun, say we're in like the 1600s. Someone's just gonna draw a gun and go bang. Now you're shot, your guard collapses because they're in pain, and then I just go, I just get you like that. And also, you have less range when you're like this. Because look, you have to divide the length with your blade when I just have to reach out and get you like that. See, I'm already in your face. Now, two hands. Not that close as you can see. I'm reaching forward with everything. I can lean back with one hand and be in your face. And who to say I won't just lunge forward? Now look, I'm right in your face. You can't do anything. And also it's a thrust. I can go for your shoulders, your arms, your stomach. And if I want to be rude about it, bye-bye children. And then, who to say I'm not just carrying a gun? Now you're like this, holding your fucking dick that I caught you with your pants down. I'm drawing my gun. Bang. It's done. And who to say one of my guys don't have a musket just... Whew. Bang. It's simple. You need to think now. Peace out. See you guys later. See you next time.